perform the king or the queen, or maybe the queen of Norway or something.
I have agreed with Mrs. Bach. It's been an awesome year. So today I want to share with you a dance that I began doing about 43 years ago. And this is a dance that has meaning to me because of the situation that I was living in. I was a young man living on a small reservation called the Tulalip Reservation in Washington State. And growing up, it was really difficult trying to grow up in a place where things were not going the way you wanted to. There was a lot of problems with alcoholism and with drugs and teen pregnancy and unemployment, and people didn't graduate from school. Of about the 20 kids that started elementary school with me, by the time I was a senior or ready to graduate, there was only like 4 of us left. Everybody else had either died or they had dropped out of school. And I lived in a place where I no longer wanted to be who I was. And it was really difficult. And if you ever found yourself in that situation, it's really hard to deal with. I was a Native American, I was an American Indian, and I didn't want to do it. The world and TV and television and movies, everything portrayed us as being really bad, and we were the bad guys and everything. And so growing up in school, it was really hard to try to tell myself that I was like everybody else, but the world saw me as this bad guy. And so I didn't want to be Indian anymore, and it was really difficult. And when this dance came about, when I first saw it, I was a young man. And when my mom, on one particular day, she asked me, she begged me, would you please go with me to see the show? And I wasn't much older than you, and I told her, no, I didn't want to go. And she said, please, would you go with me? And I said, no, I don't want to go. And so she went into the other room, she got her stuff, and she came back into the living room. She said, please go with me. And I said, no, I don't want to go. And she said, go get your shoes and socks, let's go. And I was like, what? I thought you asked me if I wanted to go. And you know, when you're young, you sometimes have an attitude, and I had that attitude, and I didn't want to go, and I didn't want to be there. And so today, I'm going to kind of set the tone for you as to what happened to me. I didn't want to be an Indian, and everywhere I went, everybody knew that I was Indian. We played cowboys and Indians, and they always said, hey, you be the Indian. I'm like, no, I'm the cowboy. And I had a little cowboy hat, and I had my little 6-shooters, and I wasn't going to be the loser. I just knew I wasn't going to be a loser, and everybody kept telling me that I was, even in school. They'd say, well, don't worry, he's probably going to drop out anyways. That's what they told me. They told me, don't worry about, you're probably not going to graduate. I graduated high school at 16 years old because it was something that I wanted, and it wasn't something that someone was pushing me to do. Later they told me I probably wouldn't graduate from college, but not only did I graduate from college, but I got a master's degree in education. And it was something that I wanted. So I kind of want to set the tone here for you as to what happened. I grew up and things were not good for me. When I was living on this reservation, we lived on a border town, and on one town was we called the white people, and over here we called them the Indians. And I lived on a border town, and when I went into town, they made fun of me because I was Indian. But I played ball, and I did everything that everybody tried to do, and I tried to fit in. And then when I came back over